Living off-grid can be wonderful, but winter's coming and we need to be prepared. In summertime, the bees give me their energy. In the wintertime, the forest gives me its energy, and the sun keeps the lights on. Today's all about harvesting, storing energy, and making sure our solar power system is ready to go. But nothing ever goes perfectly, right?
Oh, shucks.
If you've watched my channel, you know I talk an awful lot about redundancy. So not only do I have the solar panels and the power stations and the lithium battery, but I also have a gas generator. Now, unfortunately, mine's out of commission. The starter cord broke on it. So let's pull out the Champion generator and see if we can get this thing running. This hasn't started in 5 years. That makes me so happy. Champion for the win, apparently. But don't give up your Honda. That makes me really happy and adds an extra level of redundancy for our winter preparation. One of the other things I'm going to need to do is to take out my hot water on demand system. I do this every year. I bring this home with me and store it for the winter. So convenient hot showers are almost done for the season. I had a question about this. Somebody saw it in the background of one of my videos. It was my dad. And this is a water tote. And the reason why it has this black cover on it, this is just a black vinyl cover with a little Velcro top here so I can access the top of the tank. And the reason why you want to cover a water tote is because if sunlight gets into it, you're going to get a lot of algae. It'll just start growing really quickly. We will soon be putting away the All Powers 400 watt portable solar panels. These won't last the winter sitting out here. It has a cloth background, so I'll just use my solar panels that I have already. Since the wood stove is going to be used a lot this winter, important to get it cleaned up. Easy way to clean your window here is just to get a wet rag, put a little bit of ash in it. Cleans up nice and easy. I'm also going to have to get this stovepipe cleaned out, brushed out. I have a neighbor who is much braver than I, who has offered to climb the roof and brush my chimney for me. I have vertigo, so Uncle Ryan's coming over. Not my uncle.
Today I wield a chainsaw. Not quite the hand-hewn axe Dick Prenneke might have used, but it makes me feel rugged. Dick had grit. I've got horsepower. The forest stores energy in every tree, like a power bank, waiting for the winter months to come.
One of my fondest memories spending time with my father was stacking wood. My dad would make an order of firewood every year for the wood stove in the basement, and we would get this great big pile, dropped off in the laneway. And he was very specific on how to stack firewood. You had to do it his way, and everything had to line up. And as frustrating as it might have been at the time as a kid, with a little bit of, ADHD, I actually really latched onto that, and I really love stacking and organizing. And when you're at a small cabin, I've said this many times before, you have to be organized. You're living in a small space. You've got to keep things tidy, organized, and ready to go. And this is all about being tidy and organized and prepared for winter and ready to go. And I want to make sure that when I come out, I see a very nice, pretty pile of firewood waiting for me to keep me warm all winter. This is one of the first nights that the wood stove is on, and that smells delicious. Beautiful homemade meal. I made this in grade 8.
It's a crisp fall morning, and while the cabin wakes up with Nescafe, the bees are busy preparing for winter too. Today we're harvesting the last of their summer energy, my favorite, goldenrod. This year, it seems everyone wanted our honey, especially Ron Bearmy, the black bear who tore through the bee yard. So far, the new electric fence is holding, and the raccoons and squirrels are learning their lessons.
The bees have managed to produce some extra honey, so we can have a honey harvest this year, but I got to get those bees out of these boxes. All right, there's a beautiful frame of honey. You can see this frame is overdrawn. They've drawn it past the edge of the frame, and that makes it easy so that I can slice that coating of wax off the top. Just before we take their honey, I'm going to be giving them some delicious icing sugar. This is part of their fall medications. This is mixed with an antibiotic and just prevents disease. Old timers, beekeeper's secret, put a little bit of fresh grass on the top of your top cover here, inner board, and you will have no issues with ants. Okay ladies, I'm going to see you in about 5 days for your second dose of medication. Thank you very, very much for your service. Back in the day, I used to harvest my honey individually. I used to take each frame by frame, one of these bee brushes, gently shake the bees off, gently brush them off, thinking that I was doing the bees a service and myself a service. The truth is, no matter how you harvest honey, the bees are going to be pissed off and you're probably going to get a sting or two. For the amount of time that it took me for doing all of that, I upgraded. So we're looking at about 40 to 50 pounds a box. So let's just call it 150 pounds. Thank you, ladies. I'm in the dark. firewood stacked, the honey has been pulled and is now waiting to be extracted, and the power stations and the solar power system is ready to go and waiting for that winter season, which is right on our doorstep. Time to enjoy the fruits of our labor here and put my feet up by the fire, relax, have a tea with some beautiful summer honey in there, and just sort of mentally reflect on the year past and the winter that's coming ahead. I'd really appreciate your support in helping to grow the channel. You can now hype the video.